So as you guys know from my previous videos, we've been building a trail. Or maybe you don't know about that and now you do. Or maybe you read the title and you're able to deduce that we're building a trail. Anyway, behind me is the start of something very cool. We're looking at the coolest shop I've ever built and might be the coolest shop in Vermont. A little bit biased here. But anyway, one thing I haven't done is I haven't tested it yet. So we have no idea if it goes. And before we move down and start building more trail, I need to make sure this works. But before we do that, we need to go back in time a little bit and show you how we got here. Now we're making our way up, and the goal is to get it up to where I'm going to be working.
Do you have your phone?
No, I don't. You want to grab that? All right, so we're gonna go scope out what we're building. So here's the deal. Where I'm standing is going to be the start of a trail that I'm building that will be open to the public. Now, the time frame, it's kind of uncertain. I don't know when I'll have this trail finished, but I can tell you, I have a flag right there. And you're probably wondering, hey Phil, why is there a flag there? You're headed straight towards a cliff. Because we have been blessed by the rock gods of this beautiful rock to rock slab gap. It's very rare in Vermont. We have lots of rock, but we don't get this kind of feature. So there's no way I'm not going to use this. But as you'll notice, there's some stuff in the way. We got our work cut out for us. Man, I haven't even started building yet, but these black flies are going to be the end of me. They are oppressive. Watch, I'm just going to stand here for a second. I need to bring that like bug net I used to wear with me. Luckily it's only for like mid-May, end May, but man, I don't have much patience for them. Check this out. Blue shell. Is that a robin? Robins do blue shells? I'm gonna move on to trying to make sense of this pine over there. I didn't think I was gonna need 4 batteries. I only brought 3 with me. All right, so I'll tell you what. I'm gonna go grab my machine. All right, so my GoPro died, so I'm using my iPhone. But that's where I'm gonna wrap up for today. It's hard to see, but I made it up to the ridge. I got rid of the stump, and now we have the adaptive line ready to go. It needs some cleanup. I was originally planning on carrying the diesel can up into this little basket thing. And this trailer actually works pretty well. However, this puts a lot of sideways tension on the pivots of my bike. I think it can handle it a few times, but I don't think it's good for the lifespan of this bike. So instead of this, I'm trying to jerry rig something with my Talaria. All right, let's see how this jerry rig system works. Oh yeah, so good so far. So I was able to get diesel up. So that contraption works pretty well. I cut my hand, so. Anyway, yesterday I essentially benched this out and got rid of this stump that thing is from. So that was like the biggest hurdle, is just getting rid of that stump. I don't really need to clean this up because honestly, that right there is actually adaptive friendly. However, if I do my line over there, it might require a little bit of dirt. You know what, I might save that might be hand building stuff. That just come out here, clean this up, and yeah, we'll hand build this. What you can't see is I had to build up this whole edge right here because the rock ends right here, and that root right there would force me outside here, so I really had to build outside. So you can see all the rock work all stacked. I think I'm going to take that rock and I might put it over there. I think I could do a cool up and over line in that section and do something over here. There is no rain in the radar. It hasn't rained all day, and I go to dig and it starts raining. Okay, see if I can turn this a little bit. Oh yeah, I like that. I like that. Woo! Look at that. Okay. I need something to go right in this space, right there. Maybe I'll grab a little bit more dirt. At this point it's just mud, but luckily it's sand, so. I have to turn around all the way, or else I'd scrape the rock. Alright, we'll give this a little. Yeah, I still need something right here. I don't like this. So I need like a skinny rock or something. I don't know. That doesn't look terrible. If I could figure. I think I want to flip this guy around. Something like that. Oh God, how do I get over there? Woo! All right, well, I just finally ran out of diesel, so I'm gonna go fill it up, but this is what we have so far. So, kind of looks smooth, way rougher in person. I'm trying to leave it somewhat rough. There's a lot of really cool rock features I'm scraping off. I did throw some like sandy soil on top of it. However, that's gonna kind of like settle in, and once the like rain washes it off, all these cool rocks are gonna like start poking out of it. So I'm trying to work with the terrain as much as I can. But I did build this really cool rock ledge. I need to come back and fix it because I made it, and then when I was working with the machine, I kind of bumped it. And so some of the rocks are out of place, so I need to come around and fix it. Otherwise, the idea is there. So, cool. All right, so this is how I got stuff up here today. I kind of did a little one of those. It was a little uncomfortable, but thanks to the extra weight from that thing, it really helped keep the front end down as I was going up some of those steep hills. Gotta say, I really like this bike. This was clutch. Could probably figure out a better way to hold that stuff, but for now, it's a little bit more complicated because I have, or not only do I have building gear, but I also have camera gear in here. Actually, some of you guys might be interested to see what's inside my bag. All right, so I actually haven't used this camera bag in a very long time. It's that model. Got it a few years ago for my DSLRs, and honestly, I don't use that at all. But So, bug net. Probably the most important thing. Got gloves, just bought those. But you can see I have a interesting concoction of batteries, camera gear, and food. I hate normal bags that are kind of like a filing system that go this way. Everything gets lost in the bottom. So, not only that, but I have a spare bar for my chainsaw. It's 16 inches, so it just barely fits in this bag. I have a spare chain right there, some wedges, got my 360 cam, got 4 batteries today, all fully charged. I got my drone today. It's not windy, so I might be able to get some bird's eye perspectives. Got my GoPro, and I made this custom GoPro tripod. Oh, okay. So I like monopods. They're easy to use. You only have like one set of buckles. You don't have 3 legs that are really annoying. I added this to the bottom, some threaded rod sticking out a little bit long, but that's for a good reason. If I need to film anywhere, I can just stab this into the ground. So that's pretty, that's 4 feet. All right, first things first is I need to put on this bug net. Look at my arm. Those are all black flies, and it's all in my hair. It's bad. So, not messing around today. Haha, bugs, you can't get to me today. That's right. I see you landing on me, you buggers. All right, my goal right now is to clear a lot of this stuff. So yeah, that's what we're gonna get onto. Get under there. There you go. That was exciting. There, dude. Now I need to go retrieve my bar, which is all the way down there, but luckily I have another bar and chain right there. does that fall off? All right, back at it. Taking a few days off to go do, like, you know, some actual riding and stuff. So it's been a week since I've been out here, and I'm excited to get back to work. We've had actually a rainstorm, and we can see how this has set in. It's setting pretty nice. But anyway, I need to move on down. I think the plan of attack right now, finish clearing the beeline. So we'll do this beeline trail, and then circle back to start building this drop. So I bought this little scrapey thing at a hardware store, and I'm gonna store it. Alright, the other thing I did is I recently bought one of these, and I just keep this in the back pocket because things go loose all the time. It's just good to have your butt covered. Alright, here's what I'm gonna do. I don't want this rattling around on me. Do a little bit of jerry rigging. Very good at this. My whole freaking life at this point. I think I'm now at a point where I can start cleaning up the corridor. I don't know how long this is going to take, so I'm just going to throw you guys in time-lapse mode and yeah, throw some music over this. So think, yeah, let's get on with it. I don't know when this thing ran out about it. Either way, got a little bit of a slapper turn here. Berms should be not tall, but really steep. Yeah, I think that berm will work. I want to take you down there. I know this isn't like a mountain bike, but I think this gives us a good general idea of how that turn is going to work. I think it's actually aimed pretty well. I need to tune it up and make it look a little bit prettier, but the angle of it, the steepness of it works. Yeah. Hi, pardon my hair. But I am pumped with how this is looking. We definitely got a drop, and I've looked at it. 100% doable. 100%. There's no if, buts, ands, or ors, or whatever's. That thing's hittable. I'm stoked. I feel like that was kind of like the crux of this whole project. Now I just need to go back and do the drop in, the actual like takeoff. But I'll save that for another day. Right now, pretty beat. I've done a fair bit of work. I'm gonna wrap up, clean up, and head back home. So pick it up. We'll pick this up tomorrow. Goal for today is I want to clean that top edge off and create a few takeoffs. So right there, that's going to be one lip, and that's going to be like a 5 to 6 foot drop. So I think that one will be pretty easy. But as you can see, there's a little bit of a ledge there, and what you can't see, maybe I'll bring you a little bit closer, because it's really hard to like get a perspective for this. Like, I've tried to take so many different photos of this and nothing does it any justice. There's a sledge. The sledge is about, it sticks out about a foot here, maybe a foot and a half over there. But like you can see, it's kind of like rounded. So like you actually want to land right there. Same with here, like you don't really want to land here. You can, but you want to land right there. So the further that way you go, the higher up the landing pad is, and the shorter the drop is. The further you come towards the camera, the higher the drop and the smaller the landing. I think it might be possible to have a takeoff from up there to right there. That'd be the big boy. I've identified 3 different lines without doing anything besides just raking. Line 1, the easiest line, is to go this way and then come off kind of close to where that stump is hanging out, and that will be about a 6 foot drop. If you come a little further over to the left, you can go off, there's a little bit of a knob, I don't know if you can see it. That will be about a 7 foot drop. Now, I think there's another line that will be right there. I might have to take out that root. That'll be about a 9-foot drop. And then if you come this way and head over the rocks and kind of come in at an angle, that would be the biggest drop here. And it's hard for me to gauge height on that. I'm gonna guess it's closer to like 11 feet. I'll have to break out the tape measure, but like I was using the measure app with my phone, and my phone was saying it was 15, but that doesn't account for the fact that you have the go out and then down. It was just doing the hypotenuse of the triangle. So the hypotenuse was about 15 feet. And you know, iPhones, not very accurate. So anyway, I think the main line will be down through here, and then this one's actually a little intimidating because like there's a bit of a knob that you have to get over. If you land on the knob, it's great, but I suspect people aren't going to be super accurate, so they're going to jump over the knob and go straight to the dirt. If you do that, you're adding another 6 feet to the drop, so bon voyage. It's not going to feel that good, but that'd put you in line with about a 12-foot drop, and not a very terribly nice landing. But if you do nose yourself into that rock, it'd be nice and smooth. I haven't like fully figured out what I'm doing with all these lines, because I don't know, I can take down this tree. This tree's dead, but once you take it down, it's gone. I kind of like it. I don't know, something about where it is, it kind of adds to the aesthetics and allure of this drop. So I'm like really hesitant to take it down, so I'm kind of hemming and hawing about whether I want to take it down or not, because I do think if I took it down, that would be a nice diving board right there. That would be a proper, you'd have a nice line into it, and then you'd have a nice proper drop, and I think that would be pretty cool. So Alright, so what I'm doing is this stuff, no matter how like hard you pack it, it will not pack. It's what you call duff. It's useless. So I'm getting rid of that, throwing it to the side. I'm gonna fill it in with some better dirt, maybe some rocks, and compact it. That way it will give you a better chance of success, because this is not like a drop that I want people to hurt themselves off of. So it's pretty risky, so I want to do my due diligence to kind of make sure that the spots that need to be dialed are dialed, but I still want to leave it a little bit raw to kind of make you question whether you should actually be doing this or not, because I don't think this is a drop for everybody. This drop is, it's consequential. So if you, I don't know, I feel like a lot of bike parks build things that look too safe, and people will just send it above the pay grade, and some people will get very lucky, and then some people get hurt. So I think it's good to have things that look a little bit intimidating, because it makes you question whether you should be doing something or not. That's just my theory. I think sometimes it's good for people to realize that something is above their skill level. So. All right, that's where I'm gonna wrap it up for today. I think today is day 5 or 6. And so this is looking really good. That's good enough to ride. So I'm gonna leave that as that. We'll kind of just get ridden in. Don't need to tinker with it anymore. This is good. Got plenty of lines here. But before we get to hitting it, I have a few more things that I'll need to do, which also include finishing the landing. The landing's mostly done, but I want to kind of clean this all up to make it aesthetically pleasing. And then those logs, tempted to use them and make like a step down. Haven't figured out if I'm going to go through with that, but it sounds like it would be a pretty cool idea. So you might as well do it. And we don't have many opportunities to like build some cool stunts, and we're going to have a lot of speed, so might as well use this to our advantage. I have these logs on the outside to help guide you in the direction you need to go, because you don't want to go any further than this. Like, your tire path will be like right here, and that will be good. Notch this out and kind of give you kind of a little bit of a window of where you want to send. It depends how you want to hit this. There's options, and I think options are always good. If you don't want to get super sendy, you can get medium sendy. If you don't want to get medium sendy, you can get small sendy. We like to get sendy and give you options of how you would like to get sendy. All right, that's enough for me, Blower. All right, so yesterday we got done building the entrance to the drops. Now we're going to get started on what I think is going to be a step down. So obviously we built the jump, and I think it's looking pretty good. It's probably about a 20-ish foot step down. Not huge. So I might want to make it bigger, but without hitting it. I don't know how much speed we're gonna have in this section, so I'm just kind of eyeballing it right now, kind of gauging what speed I think I might have, and I think this will work. So I find when I'm building, a lot of times I need to do a little bit of like a leapfrog. I need to run ahead, kind of clean up the corridor so I know where I'm going, and then run back and clean up where I just was, and then run back ahead, kind of do a little cleanup, come back. And it's a little bit of a dance, but like, it's how I help marry the two areas of the trail. Because if you don't do that, a lot of the times you have sections of trail that just don't flow together. And if a trail doesn't flow together, it doesn't really work. Anyway, you can kind of see the orange flags. I'm gonna go ahead and take down some of these smaller trees, just so I can see a path that we're trying to go. And then I can come back and finish this up, and yeah. All right, so this is where we're gonna leave it off for the time being. I think we're at the point where we need to test it. Now, to be honest, I'm not really stoked with the work I did today. It just felt like a lot of menial work. I don't know if I really made a huge dent in the project, but we have this kind of roughed in, this brings us into the woods, so we'll be able to gauge how much speed we have and see if the current layout of the trail is gonna work or if we're gonna need to tweak our plans. But the only thing that's really left is I need to go test this out and see how this works, to see if this lives up to my expectations, and see if there's anything that we need to change. So yeah, let's go test it. Well, when we decide to go test it. The first rain we've had in like a month. How does it look in person compared to what you've seen? Because you haven't been out here until today.
It's way bigger. That ledge is a good 15 inches, not 6 like it looks in the video.
I could lay on it and
Yeah.
like fit on it.
I was telling her you could take a nap on it. It's in the video it looks this big. It's this big. There's not much else to say other than that. Even this though, just it's a lot of little things before a very consequential gap.
It makes you think a little bit.
That's a word for it.
So here's the situation. We have 3 main lines off this drop. I think the easiest line, or the least intimidating of all the lines, is to come through here, roll over these rocks, and then kind of follow the bend right here, and that brings you to that nub. I say least intimidating because I don't necessarily think this is the easiest way to do this drop, because that's a pretty steep landing, and then to do it ideally, you're landing on the rock, not the dirt. I know some people are going to huck it flat. That's not the intention. That's not how this was designed. You're supposed to gap to the rock. That's the whole point. Nose in, nose first, make it smooth, not harsh. The middle line comes through here and uses this nice curvature of the rock. You follow that, over this rock and then over these roots. And then, as you can see, I cut out this root, and that sends you towards this knob, whatever you want to call it. And here again, we have two different options. The one that people are probably looking at most is this lip right here. It might be one of the tallest drops, but I also think it's one of the more straightforward. The other line is just to the right of that. If we back up, you can see this rock starts to round over. And so you can actually kill a little bit of elevation before you drop. And just by rolling it, you lose about 1.5 feet. So I think that is actually the easiest line here if you're willing to do it. It's a little bit off camber, and it's a little bit intimidating with that big gap that you have to not case. The third line is actually where everyone is standing. You follow this ridge right here, and then there's a little crack divot down there that you can kind of aim for. So you just follow this. It's nice and mucky right now, and you go off right there. So you go off right here where it's lowest, but since the landing is angled, this is the biggest drop here. It's also has a little bit more consequence because you need to go out a little bit further, because it's not a nice landing right at the rock. It's actually a little bit more intimidating than it looks from up here. So this is one that you actually may want to jump a little bit further onto the rock or onto the dirt. But I have no idea if any of these go, because I have yet to test out these trails. My goal for today is at least get that line and that line, and maybe I'll consider this. But as you can tell, it's rained, and this rock is a little bit slick, so I might not want to risk it today. I might come back a little bit later, but I have a lot of work I want to do down there, so I want to get these videos done and move on to the next project. Should probably do a bolt check on my bike. I don't really need a pedal at this. Oh my God. Yeah, I feel pretty confident with that one. I really wish my brakes weren't so freaking noisy right now. Haley, do you have a good angle, or do you need some time? I think I'm good. This is a little nerve-wracking. Alright, this is a little nerve-wracking. Alright, dropping in. Woo! Alright, that was as easy as I was hoping. It's just the fact that no one's done it that makes it intimidating. Okay, that's one of 3. Oops.
Yeah, that's right where I see it.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, this one is a bit more intimidating. All right, this one I just gotta know. I gotta be right here. And then it's a pretty good, there's not much to consider. It's just like, don't go too far. So, because like the speed you come into it should be enough to get you over that nub.
Yeah.
But you gotta remember not to like overcompensate. Hey, are you good? All right. This one's a little bit more intimidating.
That one a little deep.
Yeah. You're going straight to dirt.
Whoop. I went too far. That's why I got the big bike today.
Soon it will be washed off.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I even entertain this one today?
This one?
Yeah.
I would be worried about these. this part. Crap right here. I mean, you're fixed.
I mean, I've already gone to dirt.
I don't think you have any trouble reaching dirt.
I don't have to go anywhere. I just have to.
You really just have to go straight off it.
It's like so easy. Like this one's tricky just because of all the undulations.
Yeah, that's the
But like
for me, what seemed like it would be the hardest.
So like the good thing is like right where you're dropping is kind of
The right angle.
but it's like there's no way you can like actually do a run up to this.
No.
It's just like you commit.
You just gotta go for it if you're gonna do it.
All right, so right here, because I think if I go from right here, I should be good.
Speed-wise?
Speed-wise, yeah, I don't like.
Probably.
Everyone all good?
Down here's the planet.
Okay, let's do it. Woohoo! Oh my god, that was a huck. Woo! All right, this last one that was a proper huck to dirt. I wanted to land on a rock, but I didn't even come close. It was a straight huck. It was good though, because it goes. I don't know how, that's tall. I'll actually have to come out here with the tape measure and see how that goes. Woo! I'm elated. It is like harder than it looks to like trust your instincts to go slow.
And then the second time, okay, let's go slow. And
Yeah.
I was like, you went faster.
Did I?
You went faster the second time.
I felt like I was going slower.
No, I think because you were more like confident with like how the rock was going to feel, you didn't come in as slow.
Okay, well now that I know, I am so stoked about that one. It's one thing to hit a drop that's been proven and done by other people. It's a total another thing to do a drop that no one else has done. And even though I trust my skills and my ability, there's just that never been done feeling. And it's really intimidating, so I'm stoked. And guess what? The rest of this trail works. The step down that I'm standing on, perfect size, no adjustments need to be made. I do need to fiddle around with that because there's a bit of a dip. Well, we're gonna call this segment of the trail done and we're gonna move on. So I hope you guys like this video. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.